Good morning, everyone. How the hell are you this morning? I was going to haul some dirt down to my daughter's this morning because why we need dirt down there, and I can get it cheaper up here, and it's cheaper for me to buy it here and haul it down there, hour and a half, and drive an hour and a half home, than it is to buy it down there. So that's what I was going to do. But it's been raining so goddamn much lately that you can't go more than 3 days of sunshine before it rains again. And the problem with having the dirt up here is that it's at the quarry, and the dirt comes from where they scrape off the rock up top before they start digging rock, and they open up the quarry and they sell the dirt. Well, the dirt's all in a big pile, and if it continues to rain and rain and rain, you got nothing but fucking mud. And I'm not hauling mud down to my daughter's place. I have to unhaul it. Unholy. Oh, God. No, we have to unload it by hand into wheelbarrows, wheelbarrow it for about 30, 40 yards through a gate and a fence, dump it, come back, get more. And it takes a while when you're doing 2 tons. And it takes a while when you're doing dry dirt, let alone trying to do it with fucking mud. So if it would quit raining once, just once, maybe I could get that done. I've got 2 loads down there already. We need 1 more load just to make sure, and then we'll be done with my daughter's place, and I could concentrate on mine then. I did manage to get one pile of split wood put in the shed. I have another pile yet to go before I start cutting any more and splitting any more. But hey, that's my problem, not yours. I got two packages open, and I wanted to explain my thumbnail. What the hell was my thumbnail? Oh, superhero parking. That was a sign I found in a parking lot in a town called Mason City. I forget which store was that. Hy-Vee, Aldi's, I don't know. One of them. But the sign says it all, man. I have yet to see those signs be commonplace, but it's a good start. That's a good start. I'm glad they did that, and I have mentioned to the store that I appreciate that. All right. My bitch is, and the name of this, title of this live is, Boom, Chic-A-Boom, don't you just love it? I had some notes here on this desk or over on this table. It was a list of the bee equipment. I had an inventory list of the bee equipment that I have out here for sale. And I have a guy that wants to buy it. I texted him, told him I had it, had a price figured up. He says, I'll call you back tonight. I had to text him back because I looked for the notes. I got notes from everything else, but I'll be damned if I can find those notes. I looked all last night. I am going to have to go out and re-inventory that stuff and look up prices again just so I can call this guy back, just so he can say, you know what, I don't want it. That's what's going to happen. And that old song comes to mind, Boom, Chic-A-Boom, don't you just love it? Comes to mind every time that happens to me. I don't know if it's me getting older or I got so many notes just laying around that I need to consolidate or go through and throw away or whatever. But it seems to happen more and more lately. I don't know where those notes went. Got no clue. All right, we got two packages. I got one small one from Sterner Reynolds, and I got another one here from Coin Sniper Chris, his last auction. So we're going to open up Sterner's first, but the first thing I got to do is I got to black out some addresses on here. Some people don't like their addresses spread all over the internet. Oh, I'm going to have to write that one down first. But all right, Coin Sniper Chris, let's open this up. We'll do, Sterner Reynolds. We'll open his up first. Let me put this camera down here. Oh, look at it. Orange shorts today. Let's see what we got here. We got tape. We got tape. We got tape. I'm sure this is a race win, probably. I don't know what else it could be, but let's see here. How does that work? Looks like it was just gonna be one of those where we gotta open it up totally. Yeah. Then we got another little. Yeah, throw that away. And you know, I have another bitch. My daughter gave me a dehumidifier. The dehumidifier had it didn't have a book with it, and it was exhibiting a error code that I don't know what that was, and I really need to look it up to see what that error code was. Well, this looks like this one is shot, so I don't know, might be able to cut this just like this, cut this. Yeah, come on over here, because I cut it when I opened it. I may be able to reuse this yet. And the thing was with that error code is that I could still use that, I guess. Don't know what that error code means, so I needed a book. All right, well, it's a Frigidaire. It is a Frigidaire dehumidifier. So you ought to be able to go online and get a manual. You got the model number, serial number, manufacturer date, all that stuff. So you ought to be able to find it. Nope. No, just can't find it. So I got the number off the label, phone number, the Frigidaire Corp. Then you have to go through a automated chat bot in order to get to a person, if you can get to a person. And I got a nice person, and she told me that she could send it to me in my email. I said, well, would you please do that? So she did, and I got it, and I downloaded it. And I can print it off if I want. That helps a lot. But what I found out was that error code, FO, means that there's an internal problem, like a leak or something, or a compressor problem that needs to have its serviced. So it's either take this thing apart and junk it, or have it serviced, have it looked at, pay money for it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to junk it and scrap it. Anyway, that's that. Then I had some tickets in my desk drawer from a gun raffle. That was January, February, March, April, May, drawn in May. And I called that number on a ticket. did I win or who won? He said, I'll send the winners list right to your phone. I said, okay, would you please do that? I didn't win a gun, but hey, I appreciated the effort on the guy's part to do that for me. I got a, look at that, 2014 PCGS MS69 Canada Bald Eagle. I have this coin, but in the wild. I do not have it slab. And I like this label with the Canadian maple leaf on it. So there you go. That's what I got from Sterner. And this was gifted to me by Adam Hartman Made for my birthday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Adam Hartman. That was wonderful. Didn't expect that, but thank you very much, sir. Gentleman and a scholar. Truly appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Then our other little package is this stuff from Coin Sniper Chris. And this was from his last auction, I think. I think it was his last auction. So, oh man, you talk about sticky shit. Good tape, though. Real good tape. There. I saved that one. Just cut some of that tape off there, should we? Otherwise, that stuff is going to stick everywhere. There. Beauteous. Beauteous. Hey, Steve, looking for silver. How are you, buddy? Oh, I was just a little frustrated. Oh, got all kinds of stickers and stuff, man. I was just complaining about getting older and not being able to find the notes, which I know are around here. I just can't find them. I don't think I threw them away, but God, they got to be here someplace. All right, we did buy some stuff. I don't know what else we bought here, but let's see what everything he sent me. There is a little note in here. Oh, nice little invoice. All right. We got some buffaloes. We got some Kennedys. We got Kennedy. We got some quarters. We got some maples. Okay. That's cool. Let's see what else we got here, though. We got Coin Sniper Chris stickers. Upside down. Of course it would be. Coin Sniper Chris. Got kooks. I like that. And then what else we got here? It says, Goomagara, congrats on the wins. Thanks for the hangout, Chris. That one's kind of a neat one. So there's two different kinds. And we have a magnet, of course. Upside down again. Got a magnet, which goes over here on my magnet 2-drawer filing cabinet. I am starting to run out of room on here. Oh, no. We'll put this one. No, is that one? Hold up. Yeah, come off there. sometimes these magnets don't want to come off. So you have to get out the angry opening tool. Yeah, I thought so. I thought I had a coin sniper Chris magnet, but now I got different magnets. Cool. So I must have got different magnets. And then I got a sign sticker right there. So those two will go in my book. This one I will send to Jenna because all of my extras go to Jenna. And Jenna will also get 2 more of these little cigar gremlins out of my punch cigars. I have a extra sticker from B&B Pay Dirt, and I have a maple leaf transfer temporary tattoo for her little boy. So got some stuff going to Jenna, plus I got some stuff going in my book. Cool, cool. And then I got 2 magnets of differing kinds that are going to go right here on my, and we'll put one right next to the other one, or right by the other one. There. That looks good. All right. Oop. Yeah. There we go. All right, then we got these 2, and I kind of like to see what's in them. So let's take a look. Hey, Wolfer Pedro, good morning, sir. How are you? And Kane's Coins. Hold up, Kane's Coins. I got to do something for you. We will add you as a moderator. So you can go to everybody else's channel and subscribe. Hey, good morning, Tergansu. How are you, buddy? I think all right, what do we got here? We got stuff in packages. Throw that away. I got to go over to my brother's yet today. I bought a baseball card, Hall of Fame coin. I'm not sure. I think it was a coin. And seems how he collects and trades sports-related memorabilia. I buy that stuff for him and then see if he wants it. And if he wants it, that's great. If he doesn't, that's great too. It'll stay in my stack. It's like I bought a couple of items for him that he couldn't afford or didn't want. I have some baseball coins. I have a gold one, that a quarter ounce of gold, that he didn't think was or it was too expensive for him or something. But anyway, so I keep those because I'll collect them. What do I got here? Man, those are some proofy Kennedys. Holy crap. You want to talk about proofy? Holy moly. That's a 70. Good Lord. That's a 92. Hold up a minute. That's a 92S. And this one is a '70S. But look at the difference in the mint marks. One is very far away from the neck, and the other one is right up next to the neck. So I don't know if that's an error or what, because they're two separate dates, but those are different there. And I'll see if I can show you. You see the, you can see the mint mark right there, the S. See how far away from the neck that is? All right, then look at this one. See how close to the neck that one is? I'm not sure about that. Yeah, they're blingers, all right. Wow, man. I think I bought them because of the mint marks, but I'm not gonna say that for sure. But wow, yeah, those are some real lookers there. And I do have a bunch of Kennedys, so let's see. We got maples. Ooh, let's look at maples. Gotta have maples. Always gotta have maples. One of these days I'll have a monster box full of maples. One of these days. It's not going to take that long either. I think it's only going to take another tube and a half. These are just your regular run-of-the-mill maples. I mean, they're good looking. But that's a 2020 and a 2020. 222s. So those are good lookers too. Real good looking coin, I must say. And I don't know what this one has. Open her up just like that. There we go. All right, what do we got here? $1.50 face. 1, 2, yeah, $1.50 face of quarters. All right, got some more quarters. Got some more 90%. Not like it's a big deal, but it's just more silver in the stack. That's all. Just more silver in the stack. I got to go to my brother's, take that stuff over there today, and then what do I got left after that? I don't know. Probably got to go back out and inventory all that B stuff again. All that B equipment's going to have to be re-inventoried. All right, let's see if I can get this open without tearing everything apart. All right, there we go there. I think Chris uses quite a little tape too, man. That's a pile there. All right, where are we at here? Right there is where we're at. All right, there. I can reuse that bag again. Wow. You talk about tape. There. Let's see if we get some more of this shit off here. You know, sometimes watching people open stuff is like watching paint dry, but all right, what do we got here? All right, we just got some, I think we bought some just regular rounds. This is a 2024, I think it was a Christmas round. Christmas round, I think. Got Santa Claus on the back. Better take it over here. Santa Claus on the back. Just says 2024. Snowflakes. That's a buffalo. Just, you know, just bullion. Here's another Santa Claus. Yeah, another Christmas round. I got 3 of them in there. Yeah, I got 3 of them in there. So 3 Santa Clauses. 3 Santa Clauses and a buffalo. There you go. That's what that is. So we got a lot of just bullion coins this time around, and a couple of Maples and a couple of Kennedys. And of course, a nice Canadian eagle. I don't know if I can put that right there, or I can put that. So it'll look like it's here. We'll just lean it up against this foreign stuff here. There, that's it, man. That's all we got. We don't have a whole bunch of good stuff. Sorry. I'm still waiting on I think 1 package from WWP auction. And I know that one was going to be late, so that's not a biggie. What else we got coming? We have our normal every day, every week Blockas, Durban auction, Mama T's, Big T's auctions. I can only go to so many auctions. But that's all we got, man. We don't have a whole lot. Hey, Chappie. Hey, Scotty. Silver bullion from the Canadian Wildlife Series. The RMC, the wolf, the antelope, and the bison. Yes, I got the bison, I got the antelope, and I believe I have the wolf. I believe I have the wolf. And if they were all in 2013, I'm pretty sure I have them. Hold up. We can sure find out real quick with my spreadsheet. Let's see. I got to go to the wildlife section of this. Where are the wildlife coins? The wildlife coin. All right. Not there. That's maple leaves. That's pennies. That's nickels. That's dimes. That's quarters. 50-cent pieces, dollars, commemoratives, currencies. That's not it. Where are my wildlife coins? Well, they're not there. There's my slabs. That's not it. All right. Let's see here. You do have to look up some coins to see what the approximate silver weight is. There's my wildlife coins. Okay. Which one am I looking for again? I'm looking for that wolf. Down here, 2013. Antelope, bison, polar bear, the 1.5 ounce, the $8 coin, and the $5 coin. I got the 2013, got an SP70 Anax breaching whale. But I don't think I got the wolf. Huh. Thought I had a wolf. I got 2016 Timberwolves. Huh. I don't see a 2013 Timberwolf. Well, there's another one I don't have. I wonder where I'm going to get those at then. Wonder where we're going to get those at then. Let me see. Nice pickups. Yeah, Chris is a good guy. I gotta continue looking. Two different ones each year, huh? And I have to go back and look at the 11s, but I know I got some 11. Yeah. Polar bears are, one of the only bear, I think, that actively will hunt a human being. So I really don't want to see one either unless it's about 400 yards away at the end of my rifle. That'd be about the only way I'd want to see one. That's all foreign stuff that's going to get sold, I think. Mama teas. Some foreign stuff I will keep. I like old British stuff. I like old British coins. I like older German, older Austrian, Western European stuff, Eastern European some. I have a lot of coin sets from different nations, especially island nations, and a lot of, like I have Irish set, Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, Central American. I don't know if I actually have a Mexican set or not. I'd have to look and see, but some coins really intrigue me, and so others don't for some reason. And I have told people why I like Canadian coins. It's simply because Canada, I think, has one of the better mint, and maybe not so much the mint, but the director, who will actually put out the quantity and quality of the presentations, the boxes and the all the packaging that goes with it, and also the different series, the wildlife series, the birds of prey series, the songbird series, the fur-bearing animal series, you name it. They got a series for everybody who wants to collect something. There is something from the Canadian Mint that appeals to everyone, in my opinion. And that's why I like Canadian coins. I do like the older stuff, the old 925 silver. I do like the old fish scale nickels and the large pennies. I like the bank tokens and nickels, dimes, but that came from provincial banks and not from the Bank of Canada before Confederation. I like those. So yeah, there's a lot of foreign stuff that I like. There's a lot to like about Canadian coins, for sure. Uh-oh, what do we got here? We got tape on the inside or the outside of this? Oh, I see. That's one complete long piece. I see. And then another little piece under it. I wondered how that worked. I'll get that off later. But I just like different coins like that Irish that I got. The obverse on every one of those Irish coins in that set is an animal or a fish. Every one of them. I like that. The old British stuff because it's sterling also. When I came back from England, see, I've been to England 2 or 3 times with the military and on exercises, and I had a bunch of old um, British sterling coins, and I sold them when I was young and dumb and full of something that rhymed with dumb. And I got rid of them, and I'm trying to get them back now, like an idiot. So that's why I don't sell a lot of coins. I will sell some. I'll trade more than sell, but I really don't like to sell stuff. And you can tell by looking at my acreage here because I save metal, little pieces of angle iron and pipe, and like I've taken stuff apart, and I'll keep metal until I get way too much of it, and then I'll sell some to the scrappers. But as soon as I get rid of something, just sure as hell, I need it the next day or the next week. So that's why I don't sell stuff. I got 2 great big racks of metal out there, pipe and angle iron, and different sizes and shapes and lengths. I have a whole bunch of metal conduit for electrical wire, and I've used it over the years, but I'm not going to get rid of all of it. Electrical boxes, switches, light fixtures, older light fixtures. I'm not going to get rid of that stuff. I'm just not. Because just as soon as I get rid of it, I'm going to need it. So that's not going to happen. No, what happened to Jesse Kruckenberg? You like those UFO bars and coins, don't you, Happy? See Happy Chappy, our resident alien. But see, you like the glow in the dark stuff and Tarragonsu? Tarragonsu? No, BB Blockas. He likes glow in the dark maple or the Canadian stuff. I've never been big on glow in the dark. I've got a few, but I don't go out of my way to collect them. Your spell checker's not working, freaking. No, somebody tell me what happened to Jesse Kruckenberg. I hadn't heard anything. Or don't you know either? Oh, Pedro, that hurt. Oh man, that hurt. And I'm sure they were all 925 sterling too. I'm just gonna bet they were all sterling. And I'm one of those guys, when it comes to just strict bullion, yeah, okay, 999s or 49s fine, but when it comes old, I like sterling. I do. I like sterling coins. I don't see anything wrong with them at all. Yeah, but Block's got a bunch of glowies. I know he likes that stuff. I've got maybe two or three, maybe I don't know, but I'm not big into them. Well, yes, you are. You are a freaking awesome. That's you're just that way. But I can see what you mean. Free king, as opposed to a free queen, which would be uh, cause for maybe a Henry VIII moment. But that aside, that aside, yeah, I know how you spell your name. I noticed that right away, and yeah, and I know you say you're not freaking awesome in any way, but you are. You are. Keep your composure. Okay. I am glad to hear that. I am glad to hear that. Well, I don't know, man. Getting to the point where this guy, this guy right here, is getting too damn old, and I am not putting up with a lot, and I'm misplacing things, and I can't remember where the hell I put them, and I'm not suffering fools easily. But hey, you know, if that's what it means to get old, then I guess I can live with it because the option that you have is either get old or get dead, one or the other. So I'll take getting old, I guess. Scrapping, horning, tinkering fun. I see what you mean. I got to soak in the B12, huh? Well, I'm already taking magnesium and zinc and fish oil, and I have another uh, D vitamin, D3 mineral that the VA says I'm low in. Again, I guess I'm not getting enough sunlight anymore, or I got too much sunlight as a young man working on a hay rack in the middle of the summer. Just got too much sun there, swimming, beach, that kind of stuff. I got too much sun as a young man, and my body got used to it. And now, as an older guy, I'm not getting as much sun, so I need more vitamin D because my body was so used to it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, I think. Anyway, that's all we got for coins today. I haven't gone out and checked the mail because I wanted to get up early. I was up with Kiwi until 3 o'clock this morning. Finally, I had to shut it down and go to bed. He was still going, but yeah, he's 13 hours ahead of us. So, what was it? Middle of the afternoon for him. Middle of the morning, middle of the afternoon, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning for me. I had to go to bed. I got up at what 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. 8:30, 9 o'clock. this morning. So, you're looking at 5, 6 hours of sleep. And I do that on a continual basis. And then I'll try and sit here in the afternoon and try and listen to streams and interact and fall asleep in his chair. And then up again until 2 or 3 in the morning. So my sleep patterns have got to get better. I understand. Freaking awesome. I understand. Believe me. But that's why you are the managing moderator here. Because you are freaking awesome. So I'm going to, I finally got those 2 boxes of stuff. I got one big box from Block and I got one big box or package from Durban. I finally got that stuff all written down and inventoried. Now I got to inventory this stuff, write it down, take it out, put it in safe for right now. I want to know how everybody plans on, if you have an emergency. Let's say you don't have only $10,000 in the bank. Let's just say. But you've got $50, $60, $70, $80,000 worth of silver and gold sitting in a safe or in a vault somewhere, especially in a vault. How you would plan to get rid of that or sell it so you would have that money for an emergency. Say your roof got blown off. You had to put a new roof on. How you would come by that cash quickly. Now, I can take some stuff up to the LCS and sell it. The stuff that's in a commercial vault, all I have to do is call them and say, hey, I want to sell this stuff. Sell it here. Ship it to them. And they give me a price. The fees, the shipping fees and all that stuff gets taken out before I see a check. But I have done that before. I have seen a check within 4 days. So I don't have a problem with the stuff that's in the commercial vault. But with the stuff that's here, if you went to go sell a large bunch, let's say you wanted to sell 300-400 ounces of silver, would your LCS even take that? Or would you have to split it up? Or would you have to go online? Or, see, you always got to think about an exit strategy. Always got to think about an exit strategy. Yes, and who is making me stay? Oh, B&B Pay Dirt Prospecting was last night. Oh my God. Yeah, I had to quit. I had to quit his stream before the end. And then where did I go? Kiwi was on, so then I went over to see Kiwi, and good God, then it was till 3 o'clock there. So yeah, I understand, Tarragon. I said, geez, and I haven't been on one of Block's Jenga parties or Jenga games or anything like that. I imagine that those streams can go for a while. I've been on a couple of streams where he's been down by the harbor and skating around and videoing fireworks and ships coming in and stuff. I've been on those streams, but I'm saying most of those don't last that long. But yeah, he can get long too. Yeah, 5, 6 hours of sleep. That's about it. Uh, and see, I only have maybe 2 or 3 LCSs within a couple hour driving distance from me. So I'd have to almost have to drive all over the state. I got one in Rochester that I go to. I have one in Waterloo that I go to. But those are the only ones that I won't go to the one in Mason City because that guy is I'll just say less than honest. He's less than honest. So I don't know. You always got to have an exit strategy, but I think I will ask my LES sometime or my LCS up at LES leave an earnings statement and say military on ahead. Um, my LCS up in Rochester, how much he would take at one time. He doesn't have a great big brick and mortar place. It's just it's a small store. But I should ask him how much he would take at one time and what kind, you know, because I do have a lot of United States Mint commemorative stuff. That's about the only United States Mint I have besides Franklin's, Kennedy's, Walker's, and Constitutional silver, dimes, quarters, 50-cent pieces. Um, the rest of it's all, I got some Ikes too. I got to go through them. I brought in a box of Ikes that I got to go through. Um, what kind of silver would they take, or what kind of coins? Would they take clad coins? Yeah, the link each. I find that each individual community on YouTube or on Facebook or wherever has their own specific set of acronyms and its own language. And for me, it's not hard to adjust to that because the military has its own bunch of acronyms and its own language also, abbreviations and whatever. And when I first got out of active duty, I went home and all of those habits stayed with me. I would talk in that language. My parents didn't know what the hell to think. I ate um, like a madman. If you sat a plate in front of me, I would shovel that into my face within a minute and be done while everybody was just starting. It took a long time to get out of those habits, and for the longest time, I was more comfortable sleeping on the ground than in a bed. I would take a poncho and a poncho liner and go wrap up and lay on the lawn, and that's where I'd stay all night. And my mother was worried about me. I know she was, but it's you know it's just the way it is. You get used to one thing, one way of life, one language, or one set of rules, and that's what you stick with for a while until you get used to something else. The gold prospecting community and the panning community has its own set of language. I find that it's not as refined as the silver stacking community. Let's say refined. It's not as I'm going to say it's not as a loving or forgiving community. People are more quick to fly off the handle. So that's just the different communities, you know. It attracts, certain communities attract certain kinds of people. That's just the way it is. And you have to be able to read people and read situations and do whatever to get along. Yeah, you will find that vets uh, what's that story where a general went in and was talking to a group of soldiers, lower enlisted, and asked one what the army had, what he learned in the army, what he learned in the army. And he said, "Sir, respectfully, the army has taught me how to say motherfucker and eat with a big spoon." And that's about right. That's about right. Yeah, I was apologizing for my French all the time when I got out, went home, and was talking to my parents, my folks, my stepdad, my mom. We'd be sitting there talking, and I would say "fucker," and it would slip out. And my mother was a little bit more lax in her older days. She would just let it slide, but in her younger days, oh man, she would threaten to wash her mouth out with soap. And she did that when we were younger. My stepdad didn't say anything because he knew he had been in the army. He was an airplane mechanic. Um, and he knew, so he didn't say anything. But yep, yep, ball busting is constant and relentless. That's for sure. But it makes me smile. I can laugh about it. I know there are civilians who, with no military experience, um, and you can look them dead in the face and insult the hell out of them, and you mean it in jest. But the look on, I like to watch the looks on their faces, like you just shot them or something. Oh my god! And then you have to explain to them it was a joke. Don't get your panties in a bunch. You know, I find that funny. Cold War nuclear bunker. Oh, I bet you. That would have been fun, Tarragonsa. God, that would have been great. Um, when I got out of active duty and went into the reserves, my reserve unit up at Arlington Heights, Illinois, uh, was on this little compound in the middle of Arlington Heights, Illinois. Uh, but it was an old Cold War Nike Herc site, Nike Hercules missile site. And the silo and the tunnels, the control tunnels and stuff, rooms down, were still there. You could go down and explore that stuff. But yeah, it's right in the middle of the city. Now, at one time, it was probably outside of Chicago, but all the burbs had grown up, and Arlington Heights was a fairly, I don't know, a 60s, 70s burb, one of those that grew up around to the north west of Chicago. And yeah, there's sites like that all over, stories like that all over. Um, I'm trying to think of who probably the most famous person that I met in my career. Probably a Medal of Honor winner. Um, was a commandant of schools down at Fort Bragg of the Special Forces schools down there. Um, yeah, now I can't think of his name. Or the command sergeant major of the 7th Special Forces Group, Galen Kittleson, who was my neighbor right up here in Toderville for God knows how long, and I didn't know it until I actually went into Special Forces, and then I figured out who he was. Um, and he has some stories to tell about being in Iran back in the '60s and '70s. I don't know. That's probably about the biggest two. I think Colonel Mize, Ola Mize, was the Medal of Honor winner and Commandant of Special Forces Schools at Fort Bragg. Colonel Ola Mize, Medal of Honor winner. And I did meet another Medal of Honor winner. I served with him in the 10th Special Forces Group, John Caviani, prisoner of war and a Medal of Honor winner. Still on active duty with the 10th when I was in the 10th. Um, boy, really, I can't think of any more people that I've met. I think the Camp McCall commandant in 1980 was, man, now I can't think. I'd have to look that up. I'd have to look that up. I'm not real sure. Not real sure now, but I think those are probably about the only three that I know that are kind of famous. I'm sure. I'm sure there were probably more. I was just too young, too stupid to realize it. Could have been. Yeah, and that's deployed in Germany. Okay, yeah, he liked to flaunt his money, buying everyone beer. What? Buying everybody beer? No, that's not hard to do. That's easy. Yeah, learning how to palm back brews all night and be functional and report to duty the next morning and go out and run 5 miles PT, do PT. Yeah, yeah. You become a really good functional alcoholic. You really do. Yeah, buddy, I got the belt too from my real dad back in the day. Of course, my real dad died when he was 33. He was a Korean War vet, and he was dying of cancer and probably didn't feel the best. But yeah, back then we got the belt. Oh, Jesus, I remember getting the belt one time. My ass was red. And that's as a 6, 7 year old kid, 7, 8, you're getting the belt across your ass. Man, it hurts. It hurts. I can't say I have any permanent lasting injuries, but my stepdad, on the other hand, and I don't know if it was because um, he took us in when he remarried my mom. See, he had never been married before. He was a young man, still living with his dad in his 30s. Um, Married my mom, had 7 kids, and then they had 4 of their own. But um, because, and I didn't really know how back then how bad things were, but he never adopted us simply because if he had adopted us, my mother would have ceased to get my dad's Social Security money for us children, and they needed that money to live on. He worked a full-time job, plus he farmed 180 acres. Plus we raised cattle, plus we raised hogs, um, chickens. What else? So yeah, they needed that money, and when we were disciplined, uh, and he would make us go get our own stick, and if we didn't get one big enough, he would get one big enough for us, and you didn't want him to get one, so you went out and got a big enough one. That was punishment in and of itself, but he would fucking he would be sitting down on a stump or whatever, and he would have you look at him in the face and say, "You know why I'm doing this, right? You know I'm doing this. Tell me why." And you'd have to tell him what you did wrong. That was punishment also. And then he said, "This is going to hurt me a lot more than it's going to hurt you." And I think he meant it. I think he meant it. But he would always explain to you, or have you explain to him, why you were getting spanked. He quit spanking. He quit spanking any child when they quit crying. I remember the day he quit spanking me. I jumped. I hopped. Yeah, but I didn't utter a sound and I didn't cry. That was the last time he spanked me. And he knew that you were starting at that point to um, you were getting mad at him. You were um, I'm looking for the right word. Not hold him accountable, but not. You were starting to resent him at that point, and that's when he quit, and he found some other way to punish. So yeah, I think he probably knew more than a lot of young guys his age, but he had married friends too who had kids, and they provided a good example for him, I think. Anyway, I don't know. Oh, my mom was always the one. She would get out the. We had a lath in the drawer that she would beat your ass with, or try and hit you with until you were too big and you were dodging her and running away from her. And then she would say, "Wait till your dad gets home." Yeah, wait till your stepdad gets home. That that was a valid threat. Yeah, I didn't get to talk to my dad at all either. I was 8 years old when he died, so yeah, that's the thing, man. Um, The last two generations, I think, I don't know, the Gen Zers, the Gen Yers, the millennials, none of those had any discipline whatsoever. They were the ones who were told that they were special and that they were all the best. They could be anything they wanted to be, and there was no consequences for anything. Everybody got a trophy. Fuck that. No, no. My kids, because I'm at the end of the baby boom era. I was born in '56, so I am a boomer. Gee, how could you guess? But my kids are Gen Xers, and those three girls, yeah, they all had failings, and they all picked themselves up, got back to it. All three of them have pretty good jobs. One of them is married. All three of them have houses that they're buying. One has had a house, sold it, and bought another one. It's just that um, they're more concerned with careers, hobbies, houses than they are with personal relationships. My youngest daughter probably had 4 or 5 boyfriends, 6. This last one I thought was going to stay around, but evidently not. My middle daughter has had 1 or 2 boyfriends, and I thought one was going to stay around, but no. My oldest had 1 boyfriend in high school until she discovered she was gay, and oh, I remember that conversation. And she's married now, so but they're all survivors, and I made them all work. Daughters were let's see, waitresses in restaurants, dishwashers in restaurants. One was a Subway sandwich maker. Um, yeah, there were all kinds of jobs when they were in high school. From like ninth grade on, they worked. They worked as well as taking their piano lessons, as well as school activities, whatever school activities they were in. So yeah, I'm pretty lucky that way. But hey, Cartier, how are you, buddy? JJ is here. Yeah, we're all special. Yeah. No, we're not. How many humans are on this planet? Exactly. And so you think everybody's special? No, you're not. No, you're not. If you think you're special, uh, just keep thinking that if you find yourself in the midst of a flash flood, like in Texas or North Carolina, or a wildfire like they had in Maui in California. If you think you're special, just find yourself in the middle of that. You'll see just how special you are, how fireproof, how you'll float on top of anything. Yeah, I remember flash flood at Fort Riley that I got alerted for and had to go out and search for a soldier and a driver, a commander, and a driver that got caught in a flash flood. I think the commander managed to hold on to a tree downstream. The driver wasn't so fortunate; he drowned. I remember having to carry the body out up the top of a hill so we could medevac him out, but he was dead. I carried him on my shoulder like a stiff board. So, you know, anybody who thinks that they're special just simply because they're human, or simply because they're male, or simply because they're female, or simply because of this, that, or the other, you're not. And go back through history, look at all the wars and the fights between kingdoms and uh, little feudal empires and tribes, and um, I mean, go all the way back to the earliest of man. Man has been killing man. Man has been dying in large quantities since the beginning. So, no, you're not special. Ooh, freaking awesome waffle syrup. Ugh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And those are the same people that you will see out that join the groups like Antifa and Black Lives Matter and blah, 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 that go around and just destroy fucking stuff, set fire to stuff, destroy stuff, and stomping on police cars and uh, trying to kill them with rocks and dropping stuff off overpasses. And yeah, you know, in other countries, in communist countries mostly, but other countries, people get shot for doing shit like that. And I think a lot of that stuff would cease to be if the justice system would just let people defend themselves and defend their property without having to go to prison for it. I know people who carry a weapon but would only use it in a visual manner, would never pull that trigger. Pull a gun, I've got a gun, go away. And 9 times out of 10 that would happen. But that 10th time, that guy's going to grab that gun and beat you with it or shoot you with it. So if you carry it, you pull it, you better damn well be ready to use it. And I saw videos of cars going down the freeway and this guy throwing, I mean, ham-sized fucking rocks at car windshields and breaking car windshields. I told my brother I'd have fucking slammed on the brakes, got out of the car, and shot that person dead right there. Why? Because I feared for my life. That motherfucker was trying to kill me and a lot of other people. I'd have shot that fucker dead. Put me in prison. Fuck you. I don't care. And until that happens, or when it happens, shit like that will continue to happen and escalate. I'm not saying you should go out and fucking machine gun fucking crowds of people, because there's a lot of people in those crowds that didn't do a fucking thing. But there are 3, 4, 5, maybe 10, 15 that did do it. Those are the ones that should get beat down hard and thrown in fucking general population to let the inmates fuck them to death. Just my opinion. Well, I guess on that note, we will end this little stream because we're at an hour and a half, and I've pontificated enough, I believe. So, when we get some more packages, or when I really have something to say that's of any use whatsoever, I'll be back up. Until then, we will see you guys in the streams, all right? Peace out. See you later.